Ladies and gentlemen, people from across the nation and beyond, welcome to the main event. Here to suplex you into the world of wrestling and bring you the latest news and updates. It's your hosts, Mike and Nick. This is That Wrestling Podcast.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to the third edition of That Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, along here with my co-host, Nick. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing fantastic as always, Mike.
Man, what a week of wrestling.
It was actually a good week of wrestling this week.
You think so?
I liked it. I was a fan, and if I liked it, that's all I care about. So
I don't know. I might have to disagree with you on that one. I think this episode of Raw is a little lackluster, man.
Really? I don't know. I thought there were some good matches on it.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of it. There's always a couple things. Like I always say, there's always going to be something you don't like in a 3-hour show.
Yeah, I guess if you took out all the good bits, it'd probably been about, an hour? Raw?
Maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
They might have been able to be okay in a 2-hour Raw slot.
Well, we have another exciting episode for everybody out there that's listening. We're going to go ahead and do our recap of Raw, go on, talk about NXT just a little bit, and then move on down the line to our trivia. Barry, what was it? Barry Fire?
We're changing it up. We're doing Barry Push Fire instead of Barry Push Turn.
Yes.
We're doing a little different this week, so we'll see which one sounds better.
So we're going to have that for everybody. News and rumors, of course. Talk about our picks. Nick's going to give his pick for YouTube. If you're looking for something to check out on YouTube, he's going to give some suggestions for that. And then, of course, I have my pick for the WWE Network. And that's going to wrap up our show. So let's go ahead and talk about Raw. What do you think of Raw, Nick?
All right, well, like I was saying before, overall, I thought the main matches were good. Good quality. The ending segment was kind of rough for obvious reasons, but we get in that a little later.
You want to start off?
Let's start off at the beginning because they started out no promo this week. It was straight into a match, which I liked. I liked that they changed it up this week. You know,
one thing I wanted just to mention real quick that it's driving me crazy is they got rid of the pyro again.
Did they? I didn't even notice.
Some people notice, I guess, but I noticed. I like the pyro.
Yeah,
I don't know why they got rid of it.
I like the pyro too. I just didn't. I don't know. I guess I don't. Actually, I didn't have it on right when it started. I came in during entrances, so that's maybe why I didn't notice.
No, I don't think they've had pyro for a few weeks now. It's really not a big deal.
You mean for like
the intro?
For like, just the intro, or for like everybody?
No, it's for the intro.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay.
Back in the day, they had it every
for
episode.
Everybody
for a while
had pyro.
there, when there was budget cuts.
Yeah, even Gilbert had some sparklers.
Yeah. For a while there, they did without the pyro, and then there was probably a couple months they brought it back again, and then they got rid of it. I just don't know. I like the pyro. I thought it sends off a good energy.
It starts off the show with a bang. No pun intended.
Right. But anyways, New Day comes out. They cut a promo about Booty-O's.
Booty-O's as always. You gotta love them Booty-O's. Good choice of vitamins and stuff.
Yeah. And, of course, you can buy your box of Booty-O's on WWEshop.com.
For $40.
Yeah, I checked it out. I was thinking about buying a box of Booty-O's, and there's not even cereal inside.
No, it's not even cereal. It's just a T-shirt with a T-shirt. Box.
So,
I would if I had $40 to spend, I would buy it.
Yeah. We need to start a GoFundMe page for Nick. Let's
get me some Booty-O's.
Let's get Nick $40 so
I've
we
been
can
searching
get him
for Booty-O's for 6 years.
Yeah.
Before they were even a thing on TV.
GoFundMe. We're going to set that up, see if we can get Nick $40 to get him a box of Booty-O's.
I heard they're magically delicious. But, that's another one. My bad.
All right, so New Day comes out, cuts a promo on Booty-O's, and they're interrupted by the League of Nations.
The lads.
The lads.
They spin their finger around for some reason. I don't understand that.
I think they're trying to find their way.
I feel like they're calling for the DDT when they do it. They're just like Jake the Snake repping out the Jake the Snake DDT.
They're finding their way. They're a little lost. I think they're trying to find out what works for them, and they haven't found it yet, in my opinion. But
I don't think they'll ever find it. But that's another podcast. Match though, right off the bat, main difference about the match, Xavier Woods wrestled.
Yes, you're always saying that Xavier Woods is not wrestling. He was wrestling this week.
I'm not going to lie. I was super excited. I'm a big Xavier Woods fan. I'm not going to lie. Well, I think he's awesome.
I think he's an incredible wrestler.
Yeah,
he's good in the ring. He's good on the mic. Very entertaining.
I honestly, I think Kofi might have hurt himself a little bit the night before, to be completely honest with you. But it seemed like I heard them commentators say, I think it was storyline related, because they said Rusev said it in a tweet, Xavier Woods would never be able to defend the titles. That's why he never wrestles. Which would make sense of why he wrestled and also got the pin.
Right. Well, of course, we saw the match. Great match.
Yeah, it was good drama. Just like the two tag matches at Roadblock were good, just as well as this tag match was good. So I'm glad we're still having good tag matches.
Right. And I think one important thing to point out is, at this point, I think New Day's pretty much face. Their promo was a face promo. They came out, they got a great pop.
They didn't rip the town apart like they always do. They were just ripping apart the League of Nations. So they're pretty much face turn in full effect.
All right. So definitely face now. They're way over. They're great. I think they're highly entertaining. I know not everybody agrees with that, and that's okay. But I think they're good, and it was a solid match to start off Raw.
And obviously, the main reason why we know the face turns in full effect was that beatdown after.
Right, exactly. That's what sealed the deal. Of course, Xavier Woods pins Rusev, grabbing onto his tights.
Yep.
Picks up the win, which would also make sense with the tweet, because Xavier pinned Rusev. If Rusev tweeted that,
that's
Xavier
why he pins Rusev,
right?
Because he's like, I could beat you.
Oh, look at that! 2 + 2 makes 4.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody can beat Rusev right now, but
2 + 2 makes 4. You see what I did there?
Yeah. See,
I gave you the answer.
Thank you, because I probably would have thought it was 7.
So New Day rocks. Chants were coming out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a brutal beatdown.
It was. League of Nations attacked the New Day.
I hate to say it again, but that double stomp.
Right.
To me, it looked like Xavier Woods got stuck.
Well, so here's the thing with that. Kofi Kingston, right?
Yeah.
He gets the bullhammer by Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Right? Big E gets the bro kick by Sheamus.
Yep.
Xavier Woods got the short end of that stick.
Yeah, he got the
double stomp. And then he got the submission move at the end. What does Rusev call that?
Alkalade.
Okay, right. He gets that and the double stomp. So they were,
Yeah, he got destroyed.
He did.
But that match has now been since confirmed for WrestleMania. They're doing it 4-on-3 handicap for the tag titles.
Now, do you think they're going to find a fourth member? Do you think it's going to be 4-on-4? Or do you think they're going to stick with 4-on-3?
I think it's going to be 4-on-3. I don't think they need to have a fourth. And if anything, I still think New Day comes out victorious as of now, because obviously there's still time before we're going to make our final predictions. But right now I can see them doing something with them to make it, they can goof off, but they also can take care of business when they need to.
And they faced, on Raw, Rusev and Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, so now
the night before they faced Sheamus.
They've already beaten all of them
and Wade Barrett,
in tag matches. So now they're going to fight them all at the same time. The numbers game won't be in their favor, but I think this is, since they're babyface now, this is where they're going to go of showing they could win a fight without having to cheat.
The fourth member is the fans.
It's Francesca.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Francesca too.
Yeah. So that was the opening for Raw. Like I said, good match, good beatdown at the end. I think it's safe to say New Day is babyface at this point.
Yeah, I mean it was good. They finally put some actual heat on the people hate the League of Nations, but it's because they just hate them.
Right.
It's not because they hate something they did. So it's nice they finally put heat on them by beating up everybody's favorite New Day. Nobody's really ever taken it to New Day that bad.
Right, and before that, League of Nations was just like the scrap corner.
Exactly. They were just basically, they would lose, and that was that.
Mid-card hell. All the wrestlers are on mid-card hell. Let's put them together.
Exactly.
We got the League of Nations, the League of Losers.
Yeah, it was a good match though. It was a great way to start off Raw without having the same old promo.
Yeah, that's true. So we move from that match over to a promo from Dean Ambrose. Comes out, he talks about Triple H.
Oh, is that the Dean Ambrose promo? Okay, I couldn't remember if it was Dean Ambrose or the Triple H one. Okay.
No, this is the Dean Ambrose. He comes out, he talks about Triple H, talks about his match at Roadblock. I mean, Dean Ambrose, you got to give it to him. This guy's probably the best guy on the microphone right now. His promos are golden. You know what I mean? His character overall is great.
It was good. And then we had
Brock Lesnar came out.
Brock Lesnar came out with Paul Heyman.
Right, and then of course you got Paul Heyman on the microphone,
which is always going to be outstanding.
Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose invites Brock Lesnar down to the ring. Of course, they start walking off, or at least Paul Heyman thought that's what was happening. Brock Lesnar decides he's going to come down to the ring, circles the ring, teases getting in the ring to take on Dean, and then he retreats to the back. Nothing happens.
Well, you're leaving out the biggest part. It's because Dean Ambrose pulls out a crowbar as he's walking down to the ring.
Right, and that's important for later.
Yes.
But yes,
very important for later.
He pulls out a crowbar, and that's like Brock Lesnar's kryptonite.
Yeah, I mean...
Scares him off. Well, it would scare me off, too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do like the fact that Brock Lesnar turned around and walked down there. Especially because one of my biggest pet peeves so far this year has been when he was eliminated from the Rumble by the Wyatts, and he just walked away. That killed me. So I'm glad instead of walking away with Heyman this time, he decided to go down to the ring and try and take care of business again.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they need to... I mean, we're literally, 3 weeks away from WrestleMania?
It's 2 weeks from Sunday.
Yeah, so they need to start really building these matches. I mean, this is one of their main events. And of course, they didn't really do anything with it leading up to Roadblock because you had Dean and Triple H facing each other. So now they've got a couple weeks to try to really sell us on this match.
Oh, and don't forget, Roman Reigns has been on TV.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that in a few minutes.
A little bit later. All right, so next match of the night, Ryback versus Sin Cara.
Oh, yeah, Sin Cara.
Sin Cara. Does anybody care? I don't think so.
Yeah, basically squash match in this. It's obviously setting up for the eventual Ryback versus Kalisto, which I think...
Ryback challenged him.
He challenges him at the end of this match. Have they confirmed it yet?
I think it.
I think it's happened.
SmackDown.
It just happened on SmackDown. It's going to happen tonight.
Which will air.
Which is airing. It's actually airing right now.
Yeah, we should have probably waited a few hours to do this.
Oh well, too bad.
We're probably not going to watch SmackDown anyways.
Everyone knows that that's where they were heading.
Yeah.
So the match has been confirmed. Basically, Sin Cara got destroyed, and I now know that Kalisto is the U.S. champion.
Right.
And it's not Sin Cara.
Just so everybody knows, Nick is referring to a video he posted on our YouTube channel. In case you haven't seen that, it's a new mini-cast series he started, and he got those wrestlers mixed up. But it's okay.
They all look alike.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that like racially. I mean they both have masks, and they're very similar masks.
Well, on that note, some people were making that mention of Sin Cara and Kalisto wearing black and white. And they're trying to save, is there going to be a split? I think you might be reading a little too much into that.
I think they're reading too much into it, but because at the end of the day, it was a single match, so it would kind of look weird if they were still matching and it was a single match. I guess I'd have to go back and look at their other single matches and if they were wearing matching or non-matching clothes.
Well, and on this, real quick, on this U.S. title, I think that WWE has not done a very good job with the U.S. title since John Cena came in. I mean, I don't like John Cena, right? I'm not a John Cena fan. But when he was the U.S. champion...
I was a fan.
He came in every single week. He had a challenge. He was putting on some pretty good matches. Sometimes match of the night, right?
Yeah.
Now you've got the U.S. title being defended between Kalisto and Ryback at WrestleMania. To me, they've shit on the title again. Is it even a title that needs to be promoted very well? I don't know.
It does, because it's got history, but... Right now, I'm not going to blame them because who else do they have? They don't have anybody to give it to. So they're trying to make something out of Kalisto, which I'm fine with. They've been looking for a new Rey Mysterio ever since Rey Mysterio's been not himself anymore. Right. Am I saying Sin Cara still? Kalisto. Yeah, forget Jesus. Sin Cara. Botchamania all day.
Yes. What the hell, man?
Kalisto could potentially be a next Rey Mysterio type wrestler. I mean, he's good in the ring. He doesn't really make too many mistakes, and he's still super young, and he's fun to watch. So I will say this: if Kalisto beats Ryback, I do believe Lucha Dragons will be no more. Well,
what about if they bring in maybe one of these NXT guys that have just come over, like Sami Zayn or something, and give him the title? I mean, that would help him. You know,
the U.S. title?
Yeah, he's making the transition over from the NXT roster to the main roster. And I'm just using his name as an example. It could be any of them, really.
Could be any NXT guy.
But if you've got the U.S. title on a high, right? I mean, why not give it to one of these guys that's coming in and help solidify them on the main roster? Kind of like what they're doing with Kevin Owens.
You have to realize, I know you're recently just getting into NXT.
I am.
But Kalisto's from NXT.
Right, but I'm talking about the newer guys.
Like somebody that they're going to bring up?
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, Kalisto's only been around less than a year on the main roster. He came after WrestleMania last year. So
maybe that's what they're doing.
So they're still promoting somebody who's come up.
Right.
But that's the thing. Like, they shouldn't bring someone up and then just give them a title unless they plan on making him useful with it.
I guess I just don't see Kalisto being a good champion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because if they were going to give it to Sami Zayn, say, just as an example like we've been using.
Right.
But then he's going to, lose a bunch of non-title matches to, top guys, then don't even give it to him. That's why you shouldn't give it to someone unless they're going to win when they're not defending the title as well as when they do defend it.
Right. Well, I don't know. To me,
I think he's got a chance, but he hasn't shown much yet.
I don't think they...
I think this is his chance, and he needs to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they know exactly where they're going with this one yet, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be. But anyways, that looks like that's going to be a match on the WrestleMania card.
Yep.
So we will move forward to the...
After that was the...
Stephanie McMahon promo.
Okay.
So Stephanie comes out, introduces her husband.
The game. Triple H.
I'm the game.
Been spitting water since '99.
I have the title, for the 17th millionth time. Anyways, I actually like Triple H, but so he comes out, man, he cuts, in my opinion, an incredible promo.
Oh, Triple H always cuts good promo, especially at WrestleMania season.
I felt like shit after he was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I felt
good.
like my wife was going to leave me.
It was good.
She was watching it, and I was like, oh, man, please don't listen to him. He comes out, basically tears everybody up, says that, we hate our bosses, and we're all pathetic, and things don't get better. We blame the authority. It's all the authority's fault.
Yeah.
And we're all pieces of crap.
The best part was you relate to Dean Ambrose. Everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, you relate to people like Roman Reigns. Everyone's like, no, we don't. So I was just like, oh, man.
They're trying to get him
He's
in
been
there
on
again.
TV for 2 weeks and people still don't care.
So then, of course, they're interrupted by Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, which I was... I automatically assumed this was going to be when Roman Reigns returned during this promo.
Right.
But then here comes Dolph, and I was like, okay.
And, this kind of goes off of what happened last week when they kind of started something out of nothing with this tweet.
Out of nothing with this tweet, yeah.
And then Dolph got thrown into that match where he basically got his ass handed to him. Mm-hmm. This week he comes out to continue the storyline with the authority.
Exactly.
So it looks like they're doing something with Dolph Ziggler.
Yep.
Which is good.
And it's about time.
It is about time. And so Dolph comes out, basically says that he's been screwed by the system, and no matter what happens, he's not quitting. And, so then the authority, he calls, I have it written down here somewhere. He calls Stephanie, and he calls her an idiotic...
It was like idiotic, no good, something
or another, right? Anyways, he trashed her.
Yeah, it was basically something along the lines Jericho would do, but it was very PG.
It was PG. I was expecting the horror word, but it didn't come
Yeah.
out. But yes, so Stephanie gets pissed, slaps him in the face. That was a brutal slap.
Stephanie slaps always are.
Yeah, she's got to go back and have to shake her hand out a few times. That's got to hurt big time. So anyways, that led to them saying that there was going to be one match that night. If Dolph Ziggler wins the match,
he could have any
match,
yeah,
he wants at WrestleMania, except for the WWE World Heavyweight title.
Which makes sense because you want to give fans an idea that this is possible. He might win this. So without saying he can't be in the title match, it makes sense. One, obviously for heel authority figure, and two, because then maybe he will win this match.
Maybe he
doesn't have a match yet.
Yeah, and anyways, so. That was the setup, and then of course she announces that he's facing Triple H,
which is huge.
Dude, I didn't think it was going to happen.
I thought something was going to happen. Yeah, because the last time Triple H fought was 2013 against Curtis Axel, and that he didn't even really finish the match. They just stopped it.
Well, they did the same thing with Brock Lesnar. Remember?
Brock and Seth, right?
Yeah, they come out, they set up like they're going to fight, and it doesn't happen. So I thought something like that was going to happen. They were teasing it. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. but we'll get to that later. So anyways, that sets up Dolph versus Triple H
for later that evening.
And of course, if Dolph Ziggler wins,
he gets a match of any match at WrestleMania he wants. Except for the title.
Sounds good to me. So then we have Sami Zayn versus The Miz with Kevin Owens on commentary.
Which is always fantastic.
If you don't follow Kevin Owens on Twitter, you need to do so.
But don't ever say anything to him because he'll block you.
No, he's incredible, hilarious. I don't know how he gets away with half the stuff he does, but he's great. So check him out on Twitter. But Sami Zayn versus The Miz. I thought this was a good match.
I would like to say that The Miz has been having good matches recently, and I like it. Because there was a time when he was putting on decent matches, around the time where he won the title, he was putting on decent matches consistently.
Right.
So I'm glad the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks he's been putting on. He had a good match with Jericho, a good match with Styles, this match with Sami Zayn. It's pretty cool that they're finally doing something with him, because I don't not like The Miz. I don't necessarily like him, but I don't hate him.
Right. No, I agree. And that whole thing he did, what was the guy's name?
Mizdow?
Mizdow, yes. The whole Mizdow thing was awesome.
That was the best.
I thought that was really, really good.
That was awesome. I'm a big Mizdow guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So that, Miz might be working his way back up to something as well. Did you see Miz on the Edge and Christian show as well? I don't know if
was it this last one?
No, it was the one where they had the intern interview him. Did you catch that?
I think so. I don't remember. I believe so. I saw the one with John Cena. I don't remember seeing the one with The Miz.
Well, if you haven't seen the one with The Miz, you got to check it out. They have their intern interview The Miz, and of course, you can tell the intern does not know who The Miz is. He's asking him some questions. Miz legitimately seems like he's getting pissed. So you got to check it out. It's hilarious.
Okay.
I mean, that show overall is really funny. But so he had the springboard from the top rope. That was kind of, he did a flip he bounced off the top rope, did a flip.
Are you talking about when
Sami Zayn
to not jump to the outside, he like bounced back into the ring?
Oh, he's awesome.
He's I always like when he does that.
Anyways, he psyched out The Miz. Sami Zayn picks up the win. I thought it was a good match.
I thought it was a good match, especially because it was nice back and forth, and it looked like Owens was gonna attack Sammy, but then he ends up getting attacked from behind by the Miz because he left him in the tag match on SmackDown the week before.
Right.
So it's interesting. It looks like we're setting up something, maybe most likely a multi-man match at WrestleMania, but we'll see.
For the Intercontinental title?
We'll see. It looks like maybe everyone's falling into place there.
Should be a ladder match. Well,
I don't know if they'll do ladder.
We already got some gimmicks on that.
But they might, at this point, they're probably going to try and do anything. It might be just a, who knows? I'd be okay with like a fatal 4-way elimination.
Yeah. Well, the Intercontinental title needs to be on the line.
Yeah, it has to be. Absolutely. It will be. So it'll just be a multi-man match.
Hopefully that match is announced soon. So then we get backstage. We have another interview from the League of Nations. This is where they officially challenge.
Where they challenge
the New Day to WrestleMania. And it looks like that's what's going to happen there. So not much to talk about there. So then we have Brie Bella versus Team Bad. No, sorry, it's Brie Bella.
Bella and Alicia Fox versus Team Bad.
Right. Not much to talk about there.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened. That was the bathroom break.
Yeah, that was. I definitely. That was my bathroom break. Yeah, you're right. I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and I was just like, well, this is it.
So Lana comes out.
Sits down on the announce table, which I don't ever mind seeing Lana.
No, she's hot.
But I don't care about her first match.
No. And obviously she's targeting Brie Bella. We're not really sure why yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. And now it looks like she's gonna align herself with Team Bad. I don't get it.
Who cares? But
I'm looking forward to the triple threat women's match at WrestleMania. But I'm not looking forward to what looks like a 6-person match with something along these lines. So.
You know what's funny is that we're seeing all these matches come up, right? Like this one, for example. We obviously have the Ryback one, and then there's another tag team one with the Dudley Boys. And we're just thinking which one is going to be the pre-show. Like all of these matches can't be the pre-show, right? So some of these matches are going to be on the main card at WrestleMania.
If I remember correctly, last year's pre-show was the tag title match, which I hope isn't the case this year. I don't think it will be. It was a fatal 4-way tag title match, and it was the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Right.
So this year, I'm assuming the Battle Royal again, and probably the Dudleys and the Usos.
Right. So it just, like, you hear about all these other matches that are kind of being made right now.
Maybe
and it's
the
like,
women match.
These all just seem like they should be pre-show matches, but obviously not all of them are going to be. So I'm not really looking forward to seeing those at WrestleMania. But maybe they're going to flip it on me. Maybe it's going to be...
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to be really good matches.
I'm all for the low expectation and then good match quality aspect, and then it turns out to be a hell of a show.
Yeah, hopefully that's what happens.
I don't count the WWE out, especially at WrestleMania, until I'm watching it.
Right, we'll count them out after.
Yeah, probably about halfway through the show.
We'll turn it off.
Yeah.
Hey, it's free for a reason, all right?
Yeah, it's free WrestleMania this year.
All right. So I didn't even write down who won that match.
The Team Bad did.
Team Bad,
because of
okay.
the interference from Lana.
Yeah, when I said
I got
didn't
back
watch
just
it,
at the end.
I
got back just at the end.
When I say I didn't watch that match, I wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Up next is what? Triple H, Dolph?
No. Well, there's a bunch of... Well, no, there's not.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of interviews between them. Social Outcast promotes Burger King, which they're doing that now. They did one with Subway as well,
they
right?
do a lot of ads now. That's all
weird.
right. I'm fine with it.
Paige is back. She did an interview. Did you see her? She looks pale as ever.
No, I don't remember seeing her either.
She looked like a ghost. She had obviously very
I might have
pale
been
skin.
recording one of my mini casts through her promo.
Priorities. No, she's got gray hair now.
Okay, I did see her.
Blonde hair. She looks like a ghost.
You're right. I did see her. Okay,
and
I just don't remember.
That's when Lana steps in and talks to Paige, and then.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
That's where she's aligning with Team Bad from. Anyways, after that, Charlotte's interviewed, talks about Sasha and Becky, talks about how she held Sasha's hair when she was throwing up because she was nervous, blah, 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 blah. It was just...
Man, I'm glad you wrote it down because I don't remember any of that.
This is... Yeah.
Maybe my bathroom break was longer than I thought it was.
Well, it should have. There's a good reason for it because these were brutal. Yeah. You know, Charlotte... I'm not a huge fan of Charlotte's. And I'll admit, I don't watch a lot of NXT. I'm starting to get into it.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that when she started off in NXT, she was very good. So I don't know if it's maybe because they're aligning her with Ric Flair and people just don't know.
It's yeah.
Because she's heel, right? And then, of course, her dad's a face. Well, her dad's Ric Flair. It doesn't matter.
Her dad's heel.
So
people just love Ric Flair.
People love Ric Flair. So I think
everyone's always loved Ric Flair. So
he's kind of preventing her from being a full heel. You know what I mean? Because she's they're putting her with Ric Flair because it's her dad. I get that. You know, they're trying to have him help her out. But I think in the end it might be hurting her a little bit because she could be doing a much better job. If she's doing like what she was doing in NXT, she could be doing a better job on Raw. And I think part of the reason, not all of it, is because she's got Ric Flair by her side.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I know the matches are going to be good. The match is going to be good. So I don't care too much about her character at this point.
Yeah. Well, you used to watch her in NXT, right?
Yeah, when she first started, she was terrible. Like, first off, and then she started getting better. But from what everyone would have seen of her, she was already to the better stage. And then, because NXT used to be on Hulu before it was on the WWE Network.
Right.
And I remember watching from back then. I'm talking about that's when, like, Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion.
Yeah.
And Big E was champion. And then Bo Dallas was champion. Like, you don't think about that, but... So she was rough then, but she's gotten a lot better. Her in-ring stuff is good. I just don't know. I'm not sold on the character yet.
Yeah. Well... That was what happened there. Basically promoting her match at WrestleMania. Not much to talk about there. Then we had the Usos versus Bo Dallas and Adam Rose from the Social Outcast. And the Dudley Boys were at the announce table. Again, not much to talk about in this match. Tons of super kicks.
Yeah, Super Kick City.
Super Kick City in this one. The Usos took it to Bo Dallas and Adam Rose. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about that. We're getting to the good match, though.
Yes. We're going segment by segment through Raw. What do you think of Social Outcast? Do you have any thoughts on them?
I like them. I think they're entertaining.
They are. Yeah, I think they're entertaining.
But at this point, that's all I have to say about the Social Outcasts so far.
All right. Then we have, which was probably segment of the night, Mick Foley coming in to chat with Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
You saw that, right?
I did see that.
Okay, good.
I was waiting to see him all night. I heard he was supposed to be there. So we finally got to see him.
Pretty much, and Foley said it himself, passing of the torch.
Exactly. And he takes the crowbar away from Dean Ambrose. He's like, I got something better.
Right. Gives him a gift.
Gives him a big wrap gift basket.
It's Barbie. So
somebody on the internet said it would be very cool if Dean Ambrose named it Moxley, because that was his character in CZW, John Moxley. So they thought it'd be cool if they named the barbed wire bat Moxley. I would like that.
I heard somebody else say that it would be funny if Mick Foley's hot ass daughter was in there.
It would be funny. It'd be fantastic.
Yes, Mick Foley passes the torch to Dean Ambrose, so it looks like Dean Ambrose will be accompanied to the ring by Barbie.
Yeah, it was a very, very cool moment.
Yes, absolutely. And I think this is fitting because Dean Ambrose kind of, he's a mixture of different characters. I think he's a little Steve Austin, a little Mick Foley, he's a crazy bastard, a little Cactus Jack, probably more than Mick Foley, if we're going to talk about characters.
Exactly.
So this was fitting, but I think it would have made more sense to have, if you're going to have Mick Foley a part of WrestleMania, he should have been tied more into the Hell in a Cell match, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do.
Right. And I think that, even though this was good, this was a good segment, I'm not knocking it at all.
Yeah.
I thought it would be better to have him involved with that match.
Yeah.
Because of, obviously, The Undertaker, Mankind history, and then the famous throwing off the top of the cell. But it is what it is. It was nice to see Mick Foley on TV. I think they should just throw that guy some money, bring him back as a commissioner or the GM or something. I mean, he even said it himself. He would do it. I mean, I know the WWE doesn't like to go back on what they've done. They like to continue moving forward and try new things and whatever. But Mick Foley is a great talent. Loved him as a commissioner. He's even said in his documentaries it's probably the highlight of his career.
Yeah.
It would be awesome to see him back on Raw more often. I think he'd play a good part on Raw and work with the new and upcoming superstars. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Anything you want to say about Mick Foley?
No, I'm just happy I got that he was used with Dean Ambrose. If it wasn't going to be Hell in a Cell, I'm glad it was there.
Yeah, I agree. If they're going to use him and it wasn't Hell in a Cell, Dean Ambrose was definitely the better pick than anything else they could have come up with. So, then we had the Dolph versus Triple H match, which
this match is a big deal in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Potentially could be Triple H's last ever Monday Night Raw match, and he chose to have it against Dolph Ziggler. In my eyes, that's huge.
Well, I've heard people on the internet saying that basically they Triple H buried Dolph Ziggler, and that could not be further from the truth.
No, that's so far from the truth.
When does Triple H ever wrestle on Raw?
Yeah, he never wrestles on Raw. The last time was 3 years ago.
Right.
And it wasn't really even a match.
He doesn't have to wrestle on Raw.
Yeah, and he sold for Dolph Ziggler for most. It was not like he just destroyed Dolph. He sold for him most of the match.
Right. Yeah, he picked up the win. He could have lost, but he's the champion. They don't want the champion to look weak on a WrestleMania. We all know about making things strong and making things weak. Whatever. But I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Some real good drama in this match.
Yeah.
Near fall, super kick near fall was good. That DDT spot was pretty nasty. I thought it was great. I liked the whole how Triple H is trying to hit the pedigree when they're sliding in from a count out.
Yeah.
I like that because it's like they're just so worried about trying to get back in the ring, they don't think they're going to get hit with a pedigree when they get in.
Yeah, and he did that with Dean Ambrose.
That's how he beat Ambrose. And if I remember correctly, I think Ziggler got out of that one, but then he got pedigreed shortly after.
Right, and that's how Triple H picks up the win.
But I like that he went for it again.
Right.
It was easily the best match. Second match, best match on Raw was obviously the tag title match, the Open. But easily the best thing about Raw was this match. It was, Triple H won, but Dolph Ziggler looked great. And this could, like I said before, could be his last Monday Night Raw match ever. Because a big rumor is Triple H might actually be done wrestling after WrestleMania for good. It's a rumor, though.
Yeah, it's a rumor. You never know what's going to happen. But I thought it was great to see him on Raw. I like watching Triple H wrestle.
Yeah, he never. very rarely will you see Triple H put on a bad match.
Right. And, I think he doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, he knows how to work a crowd. He's been doing it for so long.
He doesn't get enough credit. I mean, like I've said it before, he does a lot for NXT. He does a lot for bringing up the new talent. Getting in the ring with Dolph Ziggler when he doesn't have to. I mean, he does do a lot, but people always seem to shit on Triple H, and I don't think it's fair. I think he's probably one of the more underrated wrestlers, but it's just my 2 cents on that as well.
It was good though, and
we saw the return of Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah,
everybody was so excited to see him.
One of the best parts about this whole thing was the fact that Triple H was looking up through the stands for him.
Yeah.
And then he came out the entrance. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
The fans were pointing.
Everyone was like, "No, he's not here, stupid. He's on the entrance."
Like Triple H had no idea he was coming from the ramp, right?
He
played it. He played it good because that's where he would normally come from.
It was, exactly. It was, in my opinion, the biggest lukewarm reaction ever. Some people cheered. A lot of people didn't.
He got some boos.
But what I will say, me personally, I enjoyed this. I wish there was a little more urgency of him getting to the ring, but I enjoyed this beatdown.
Yeah.
Because it was very, he kind of took his time with it. It looked like he was enjoying it. He busted him open something bad, and this was no blood capsule. I watched the video of them stapling his head shut. He had a nice little gash on the top of his head.
Well, he threw, they call them pelican cases. I don't know if you've
seen those big, heavy, anvil case looking deals.
He threw it right at his head, and it was hard to see, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was that busted him open. You don't really see the blood until he comes through the curtain when they're backstage.
Exactly.
But
that's the thing. I was like, what did I miss? Because all of a sudden he was just bleeding a lot.
I rewinded it a few times to take a look and see if I could figure it out. And I think that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
It was a bad cut.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that the only way he stopped was when the Usos came out. I don't know why Jack Swagger was there, but he was there. Kind of like on Roadblocks. I don't know why he was there, but he was there.
He was there.
But they were able to calm him down.
Well, one thing I wanted to point out, that TV that they used, that was fake.
Oh, it was absolutely fake.
It was terrible. It was horrible.
But what do you see? In my opinion, I like the fact that that's what stopped him. But also, in my opinion, I think Roman Reigns should have taken out the Usos and Jack Swagger. Not to necessarily be like a turn, like he's turning bad, but it doesn't matter who tries to stop him. He wants to get Triple H.
Right.
I think they should have taken it that extra step, and I think people would have respected him more for it.
Well, if somebody messed up my nose and I had to go for surgery, and people were even making comments that he looks different now because of it, so if I had a lot
I didn't really notice, but I haven't watched it back yet, so maybe when I watch it back, I'll see it, but a lot of people have been saying that.
Right. So if somebody did all that to me, I'd be pretty pissed. And if I'm coming after this guy, doesn't matter if it's my cousin, whoever it is.
Especially Jack Swagger. Jesus.
Yeah, fuck Jack
That's
Swagger.
what they should have done. They should have just had wrestlers come first, and he took out the wrestlers, but then his family was able to stop him.
Right.
They could have done that.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make is nothing would stop me, regardless of who it was, especially Jack Swagger.
Especially Jack Swagger.
Yeah. So they should have thrown, Jack Swagger, Ryback, and Sheamus there, and just let Roman Reigns beat the hell out of them, just because.
Yep. And then
with his fake TV.
Moving on from there, was that Neville Jericho?
Well, do you want to talk about the segment before that?
What was right before that?
It was embarrassing to watch. It was R-Truth dressed up like the Penguin.
No, I'm over it. I'm over Golden Truth. I think it was last week I said I would fire. No, I didn't say fire. I would bury R-Truth. I'm over. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I don't care. You're not Booker T. Get out of here.
They'll never recreate what they did with Booker T and Goldust.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to skip it. It's just so bad.
It's horrible. But yes, Chris Jericho versus Neville, and this is one of the big points of the night.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most newsworthy things that happened on Raw as well.
Right.
Unfortunately, Neville broke his ankle and his shin bone, is it?
Something like that. Did you see how he did it?
Yeah, he was going for that baseball slide under his legs.
And he got caught.
And his ankle literally rolled back the opposite way. It was pretty nasty to look at. The other big thing about this was Jericho. I've watched the video, and it's on YouTube. It's a breakdown of this whole thing. And Jericho, you hear him tell the ref, I'm going to pin him. He's hurt.
Right.
And he pins him, but Robinson didn't hear him. And then one of Neville's shoulders up, and they're told that if you see a shoulder up, you're supposed to shoot, not pin the third count. His shoulder's up. You're not supposed to pin.
Right.
Unfortunately, Jericho lost it, and then he's like, "Screw it, I'm gonna end this match." And then he pushed
the referee, got the
because Jericho was supposed to
disqualification.
win that match, and that's why he went to pin him. So he pushed him, and then Robinson just DQ'd him.
Right.
And then they had some expletives back and forth. Jericho's like, "He was hurt.
Yeah.
He's hurt. I effing told you."
Yeah,
and
you
then
could
Robinson's
hear
like,
that.
"Don't effing touch me."
Right.
And apparently they were legit mad at each other. But scary moment. It's a shame Neville's gonna miss WrestleMania. Good news. It sounded like they don't have to do surgery, so they said it's only gonna be about 2-3 months. He's gone.
Oh.
So maybe we'll see. Maybe something will happen with him. I saw him possibly getting in the IC title match this year, but now we'll never know.
So yes, definitely sad to hear about Neville. He's going to be out for a few months, but good thing is if he doesn't need surgery, that's
Yeah,
good.
he'll get back a lot quicker if he doesn't need the surgery, so that's good.
But one thing I wanted to talk about on this as well, and we kind of jumped right over it, was Chris Jericho's promo. So they're pushing Jericho as the heel, right? And this
Yeah.
AJ Styles Chris Jericho promo. Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't heard anything from AJ Styles towards Chris Jericho,
Not
right?
yet.
It's just Chris Jericho running.
Right now,
his
it's
mouth.
Chris Jericho running his mouth.
Right. And how they're going about this is probably the part I'm not too thrilled about. I mean, Jericho as a heel is awesome.
Yeah.
What he did in Canada was awesome.
Yeah.
What he did on Raw was awesome. But he's blaming the fans, basically saying because they cheer for AJ Styles. I think there should have been more to that.
Yeah.
If AJ Styles, had cost them the match or something like that, whatever happened at their tag team match, it should have been something related to what AJ Styles did during their match where Jericho turned heel instead of blaming it on the fans. It should have been directed more towards AJ, in my opinion. But, he's blaming it on the fans, and to me, it's not bad, but it's just not, it could have been better.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. And then
AJ Styles comes out.
Oh yeah, because they apparently, from what I read too, they had 10 minutes to fill. So Jericho, that whole thing wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, well, Jericho.
That was all improv.
After the match is over, Jericho gets on the microphone again.
Yeah.
This is where you know who your good guys are and who your bad guys are.
Exactly.
Half the roster couldn't do what Jericho did that night. He continued to carry this live show. Millions of people are watching. Thousands of people are in the arena. He takes the microphone and just wings it, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And then AJ Styles comes out and hits him with the phenomenal
forearm.
Right.
Stupid name, but it's always been a cool move.
Yeah. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, well, AJ Styles is phenomenal.
Some people were saying they hope they call it the Styles Crash, like CRASH, like a car crash.
That should be a question we ask. What would you call the phenomenal forearm?
Yeah, what would you name it? Because
I'm going to give out an email address. Our last email address I put together did not work properly.
yeah, we'll get another email out
we got
there.
A new
You
one
send
working.
us your opinions.
So you should definitely send us in your thoughts on what you would call this AJ Styles move, the phenomenal forearm. What would you call it? So, anyways, that's what AJ Styles does. He comes out, hits the phenomenal forearm, and then we move to the last segment of the night. And what a clusterfuck this was!
Yeah, you're gonna. What was it? You're gonna hit me, and I'm gonna miss.
He goes because he tweeted about it afterwards. Shane McMahon did.
Which was funny.
You're gonna hit me, and I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, you're gonna hit me, and I'm gonna miss. Well, Shane, it sounds like you're gonna get your ass kicked then.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, for everybody that has not seen Raw, I'm sure you've heard about it. Shane McMahon botches his lines and says that you're gonna hit me, I'm gonna miss. Shane tweets about it later on that night, and basically he writes that same comment. I think I need to rethink the strategy. Hashtag promo problems. Hashtag he's even more terrifying up close. But it wasn't a very good promo. Even Undertaker looked terrible. I don't know what it is about that guy. I know he's 50-something years old. His hair's receding. It's terrible.
He may look terrible, but you saw that video of him jump 40 inches just straight from the ground?
That was on our Facebook page today.
Yeah.
Well, he looked like he was having a hard time in the ring with Shane. I don't know if it's because Shane's too fast for him.
I don't know. I think he's always been just slow and plodding. So I don't know.
It looked like he had a hard time getting him up for the choke slam.
I think he just didn't get a good grab on him.
Yeah. And then
But it was I'm a big Shane McMahon guy, and honestly, unfortunately, the only newsworthy thing to talk about from the whole segment was the line at the end. He goes, I have Unfortunately, I have the honor of being Shane McMahon's son. You're just Shane McMahon's bitch.
Vince McMahon's son.
God, I don't know names of people.
No.
Vince McMahon's son. I just say things wrong.
You were doing so well.
I have dyslexia.
You got it word for word, pretty much what he said.
Word for word what he said. Whatever. You know who his daddy is, okay? And he has the unfortunate duty of being his son, and then Undertaker's his bitch, and that's what started the whole fight.
Pissed everybody off.
It was terrible, unfortunately. It was a terrible end to what I thought was a decent Raw. If that segment was good, it would have been the best Raw this year so far.
Right. No, and you know, Shane McMahon's been out of the spotlight for a few years. He's a little rusty. He's trying to work his way back into it. So, you know, everybody likes Shane. I give him a pass.
Yeah, I'll give him a pass.
I know what he's trying to say.
This is your last one.
I know what you're trying to say, Shane.
You're not going to go 22 and you're not going to make him go 22-2 acting like this.
So that pretty much wraps up Raw for this week.
That was a good
some
like
highs
said,
and some lows.
Decent Raw, just average run of the mill Raw.
So do you want to take a match of the night? You want to take a guess?
Match of the night, Dolph Ziggler, Triple H.
Yeah, it has to be.
Absolutely.
Tag team match is
honorable is a close number 2.
Right. The worst segment of the night. There's a lot of those to choose from.
R-Truth, Gold Dust.
Well, that, and then there's the Charlotte thing, and then there's the Paige thing, and then there's the Brie Bella match, and I could go on all night.
R-Truth, Gold Dust.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah, that penguin thing was embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
All right. Well, let's hop right into our newly tweaked segment. Or no?
We're talking about NXT.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about NXT because I didn't get to do my mini cast on it yesterday.
You did not.
I had some family matters I was attending to.
So let's do a quick
brief rundown.
So we've known about this for a few weeks, and it finally happened on the WWE Network last night. Sami Zayn came out. He talks about his match with Samoa Joe from the previous week, which
was fantastic.
Which was a good match, right? William Regal comes out and says that for all your hard work, Sami, you deserve a reward at NXT TakeOver in Dallas. You will face
Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right, and Shinsuke was actually, he wasn't there, but they had a video of him there.
Yeah.
Promoting his match. So this looks like it's going to be the debut of him, which
that's probably going to be match of the night. It'll probably be match of the weekend, and that's including every match that's going to happen on WrestleMania. Yeah, that's how good this match could be.
So yes, that is definitely a plus, and you know I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm sure a lot of our listeners out there will agree with me. I don't watch NXT. It's not because I don't like it. It's just I've never really taken the time to get into it. But even I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to miss NXT Dallas. I'm sure it's going to be a phenomenal show, and that's one of the reasons for it right there. And there's another match I'm actually looking really forward to as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. What else happened there? We had the Hype Brothers. Did you see that match?
I caught the end of it. I know they were fighting. I never know the other guy's name. It was Angelo Dawkins and somebody.
Right.
The Hype Bros won.
They did.
I like the Hype Bros. I think they're a cool tag team. A lot of decent tag teams in NXT, but at the end of the day, it was basically a squash type match. You know, nothing newsworthy.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you right now. The reason I watched NXT, I went looking for Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
After the last show.
I told you where to find him. You can find him weekly on Main Event Superstars on NXT.
There he was. He was there. He was on NXT.
So. He ain't hyped.
Then we had the women's, not the divas.
Nope.
The women's tag match.
That was Bayley.
No.
Or which one was this?
No, it wasn't a tag match. I'm sorry. It was the Emma match with Dana Brooke versus, is it Deanna or Deanna?
Oh, I don't know. She's somebody newer. That's the thing. There's really I forget what her name was, but there's really wasn't a lot. The only good match, in my opinion, on this NXT was the main event.
Yeah.
Everybody else was forgettable.
Well, it was that Deanna Purrazzo versus Emma.
Yeah, something like that.
And she loses to Emma in submission, which I don't really like what they're... I don't know. I didn't like Emma at all.
Yeah, I don't like Emma very much. I don't really know what they're doing aside from the main women in NXT. I don't really know much of the newer ones.
Did you see what Edge and Christian said about her on the latest?
Oh, I heard she's
about the recipe.
She's gonna steal that. Yeah, I heard that about her. She's gonna steal
that recipe, and
I heard that about her.
Edge says, "Yeah, I heard that about her."
I thought
that
was funny,
hilarious. just a quick note on that as well. Did you see the beginning where they were packing to go on spring break?
Oh.
And he pulls out the blow-up doll.
Yeah.
And he looks at it and he
Who's
goes,
that?
is that Lana?
Is that Lana? Yeah, that was funny.
Love that show. All right. And then we had, I'm not even going to try to say this guy's name, Tommaso
Ciampa
versus Jesse
Sorensen. Jesse Sorensen used to wrestle in TNA. And I've seen him at a few indie events here in Florida. Gotten to meet the guy a couple times. He's a pretty nice guy, but Ciampa is a pretty decent independent dude.
Yeah.
And he's intense. Those knees are vicious. I like that move where he tucked his head in the turnbuckle.
Right.
And he gave him the running knee to the face right before he finished him off with the elbows and then that arm bar.
No, I enjoyed,
he's got a good intensity. I like him a lot.
I enjoyed watching him. And again, I'm sorry for botching all these names. I really do not watch NXT. This was my first episode, so I'm learning. So this was good. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I know you're saying that the matches were okay. I enjoyed NXT, so I'm definitely looking forward to catching more episodes.
Exactly.
So this is the women's tag team match that I messed up earlier.
Bayley.
Right. Versus Eva Marie and is it Nia Jax?
It's Nia Jax, who is also The Rock's cousin.
Really?
Yep.
She's a big woman.
She is, but she scares me.
Yeah, she is scary.
She could probably kick my ass.
Yeah.
But it's weird. She's one of the bigger women, but she's not attractive still.
No.
It's something, I don't know what it is, man.
No, yeah.
But she's still an attractive person. Like, I'm like, man. And she can kick your ass.
I'll take your ass. Yeah,
I'll sit at home and you can go kick people's ass for a living.
So she did a good job. Well, she didn't do a very good job. She got knocked out of the ring and whatnot. But Bayley and is it Asuka? Asuka.
Yeah, I
Bayley
always say it
Asuka
wrong.
win. One thing I did note was, and everybody knows this already, Eva Marie, she's terrible.
Yeah, she's pretty awful.
Terrible in the ring.
And it's exactly what I always said. Everyone's like, oh no, she looks like she's doing so good in her training with Brian Kendrick. Yeah, well, it's because Brian Kendrick knows how to wrestle, and he can make anybody look good. Yeah. She's not going to be able to do it against women.
No,
I was right.
It was awful. So then William Regal comes out again. He makes another match for NXT Dallas or NXT Takeover Dallas.
Yep. That's going to be Asuka versus Bayley for the women's championship, which is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. I like Bayley.
Yeah, she's a good character. I like. She's a great wrestler as well.
Yeah, I think she should walk around the ring and give everybody hugs.
Yeah,
I want a hug from her. I like the dancing. Things
the
like
wacky, wavy, inflatable arm waving too, man.
The car wash spokesman thingies. Yeah, they're cool. I like her. All right, so don't look at this page. That's my trivia.
Don't worry, I won't.
I don't want you cheating because I beat you last week. So
I know you're not going to.
I got to keep the title. All right, so then we get a promo from Austin Aries about his debut, which really kind of didn't happen because he was attacked.
Yep, I was there for that.
Oh, you were?
Yep.
It looked pretty badass.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it looked brutal.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked.
So that match is going to happen at NXT also.
Yeah. Baron Corbin versus Austin Aries.
Yes.
It's going to be... I'm telling you what, NXT Dallas looks better than WrestleMania on paper.
I think so too. And when I said earlier about another match I'm looking forward to, this is it. I think this is going to be a good match. And
it's going to be great.
I saw the replay of the beatdown. I need to go back and watch that episode.
Yeah,
which
he beat him down pretty good
on the WWE Network. So definitely want to check that one out. Then we had the American Alphas?
American Alpha
versus I can't say their name.
The Revival. Oh, no. It was against the Vaudevillains.
The Vaudevillains, yes.
Vaudevillains.
American Alpha. This was the main event.
This was the main event. It's a great tag match. It's always high intensity. I like the Vaudevillains a lot, but American Alpha, that's NXT's team right now.
They're phenomenal.
That's the reason why Enzo and Cass didn't beat the Revival. It's because you have to be an alpha to win. And the American Alpha are the alphas.
Yeah, no, they were good.
Chad Gable has the fantastic move he does, which is called the Chaos Theory, that rolling German suplex from the corner.
Yeah, he did that on English.
That move is outstanding.
He performed that on English, right?
Yeah, it was such a good match. And then they finished it up with that running side slam. I don't know, do they have a name for it?
Don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't think they. That's the thing. I don't think they have a name for it. And sorry, if I'm wrong, guys, email me and tell me.
Yeah,
because I'd like to know, but I don't think they have a name for it. But it's cool. It's just like a running catch side suplex pin, and I like it. It's simple, but it's effective.
So this match was for the number one contender spot for the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver Dallas as well. So this match will also be on the card. Who's the NXT champions? Do you know?
It's the Revival. The guys who fought
That's
Enzo
right.
and Cass.
They were on Roadblock.
Yeah,
that was a good
basically
match.
the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Right. So yes, that's another good match for.
Yeah, the whole
NXT.
card is stacked for Dallas. So we'll maybe next episode we'll get into our predictions for Dallas. But it's looking good, looking like a great card so far. And we already know obviously about Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor because that was made last week on NXT.
And isn't there another match, or is that it? I think we had 5 matches, right? Is that
Bailey, Corbin, Balor, Joe, Zayn, Nakamura. Yep, that's it. It's all of them.
All right. So we are shifting gears. Just gonna find to the Barry Push Fire segment.
Yeah, Barry Push Fire.
And we are gonna do 3 wrestlers.
Yeah, we're doing 3 wrestlers this week, but we're doing it a little different. We're not gonna give each other 3 wrestlers. We're just gonna give 3 wrestlers or a group, and we're gonna say whether we would bury, push, or fire them.
Right. So I'll ask first. Dolph Ziggler, would you bury, push, or fire Dolph Ziggler?
Push, absolutely.
And I think that's what's happening to him right now.
I think he's getting pushed. I don't think he needs to be in a title picture yet, but I do think he deserves another title shot one day. I'd push him hard for the IC or US Championship.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think we would. I would push Dolph Ziggler, and I think that's kind of what's happening to him right now. It looks like Triple H is kind of looking out for him, it seems like, and maybe there's good things in the future for Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on that one because obviously he's just very misused.
All right, I'm going to throw you a curveball here.
Okay.
Brie Bella.
Fire.
I agree.
But not necessarily fire. I just think she, obviously I don't know. Call me a dick, but if your husband can't wrestle anymore and that was his dream his whole life, you should stop wrestling.
Well, that's not fair because what happens if it's her dream?
I don't think it was.
Yeah, she doesn't really talk about it.
I'll have to look at the background, but I honestly think she was just like a model.
Well, she's even said that she's planning on hanging up
soon
the boots anyways because she wants to retire
have babies and stuff.
Right, but
I think she should
her.
be gone already.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily fire her. I'd just be like, hey, you should be at home with your husband.
Yeah. No, and I agree. It doesn't feel like there's a good spot for her here. They're doing this thing with Lana, but they could put Lana with anybody, really. And then if you want to put Lana, who's new, right? She's not really a wrestler yet. Would you really put her with Brie Bella? Would you not maybe put her with somebody a little more experienced?
Yeah, probably, but I guess not.
So
now I'll throw you a curveball. Here will be our last one. Social Outcasts.
Oh, man. I think that Social Outcasts could be better. I would say push them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, they're very entertaining. I know a lot of people don't like them. They think they're a waste of time, but you know what? A lot of people said that about the New Day.
Yeah.
When they first started. People were like, what the hell is this? And it evolved into something better. Now they're the most over team. I think Social Outcast maybe not as over as New Day, but I think eventually they could be something good.
Yeah, I think especially if they got the feud with them being heels and New Day being faces, I think it'd be a good feud. I would definitely push them. Obviously, I'm not saying push them to like the high heights, but I would push them.
What?
I said I would push them.
What?
I would push them.
What?
Screw it, I'll fire them. I don't care.
Shut up!
Fine.
Anyways, we have some new sound bites. We're testing those out. It looks like they're working. All right, so that was our Barry Push Fire segment for the week. We tried something different last week. We tried something new this week. So we'll see which one works better for us. But that was cool.
Yeah, I think I like the way that one played out. At least we both understood how this one was going to go.
Yeah, we talked about it in advance this time. All right, so trivia.
Yeah, let's get into our new favorite segment. I hope it's yours as well because we had a lot of fun with it last week. Trivia.
If you are listening to our show for the first time, we've only got 3 episodes. This is the 3rd one. If you're listening for the first time, I won trivia last week, so it's currently 1-0.
Oh, were we counting last week's?
Well, I won, so yes.
Oh.
If you won, no. We would be starting from...
I thought we... Okay. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All right, who wants to ask? Are you going to ask the first question?
I think you can go first this week. I think I asked first last week, so.
All right, here we go.
Oh, by the way, I don't plan on losing again. And if I lose again, this might be the last podcast.
All right, well, I'm not going to ask you what 10 times, what is a million?
Yeah, 10 times a million, which is 10 million, by the way.
All right, first question. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Are you sweating?
I'm always sweating.
Yeah, okay. A little delayed there, but getting the hang of it. All right, which event and year, you have to be specific to the year,
Okay.
did China win the first Intercontinental Championship? Well, her first Intercontinental Championship. What was the event and the year?
I can give you the year right off the bat. The year is 1999.
Okay, that's half the question.
I know.
What event?
I can tell you who she beat. She beat Jeff Jarrett. And I can tell you the type of match it was in.
What kind of match was it?
It was a good housekeeping match.
You still haven't given me the event.
I know. It was the pay-per-view right before
No, I want to know which one it
Survivor
was.
Series. It was No Mercy 99.
It was.
Yes!
No Mercy,
Yes!
1999. China beat Jeff Jarrett in the Good Housekeeping match. Now, this is the match that she claims WWE or Vince McMahon had to pay Jeff Jarrett a lot of money because Jeff Jarrett's contract was up and he did not want to lose to a woman.
Hell yeah!
That was the first question. There's two more to go.
I don't care. I'm just happy I got something right.
All right. So you're going to ask me a question?
Here we go. Let's pick a good one here.
This better be easy.
Okay, you want to do a year and an event? I'll do the same kind of question. I got one of those.
All right.
What year and event did The Undertaker, your boy,
That's my boy.
make his return at when he debuted the American Badass?
Oh, that's easy.
Is it?
Yeah. Judgment Day. 2000.
Yeah, you could give yourself a ding. That's right.
Yeah, it was easy. Iron Man match. Came back at the end.
Obviously, I was just trying to embarrass you, hoping you didn't know something about your boy, but I guess I was wrong.
No, that was awesome too. Man, the crowd went wild. There was a beach ball flying around there. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Bitch. Okay.
You need to go back to the drawing board, buddy.
That's fine. It's fine. It's 1-1. I'm not
1-1.
worried.
All
I'm
right.
not worried.
Question number 2. This one's probably easy.
Good.
This is just the year. I'm going to
Okay.
give you the event. So I'm helping you out.
All right.
What Royal Rumble, what year, which Royal Rumble did Mick Foley appear as all three of his characters, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mankind?
It's one. No, it's only one. 98.
That's right. 1998. He came out, I believe it was first as Dude Love, then Mankind, and then Cactus Jack. I can't remember the order, but yes, it was.
Yeah, I think Cactus Jack was definitely last.
Okay. So definitely, yes, you're right. Royal Rumble 1998.
All right. 2. I got two, baby. All right, let's go. Hey. Oh, damn it. I never looked up that answer. I can't give you that one.
You're asking me questions you don't know the answer to?
Well, I thought I knew the answer to it, but I forgot to count. Stone Cold Steve Austin won the tag team titles with how many different partners?
Now, hold on a minute. Are we talking specifically Stone Cold Steve Austin or his character before that?
WWF tag team titles.
Okay.
So when he was
Attitude
Stone
Era.
Cold, I'm not talking
Okay.
about Brian Pillman.
Okay.
I'm not talking about him. WWF, sorry. Let me specify.
Okay.
WWF.
Okay. You're trying to mess with me.
My
right
bad.
there.
I forgot about the Hollywood Blondes. My bad.
It was it 3?
Wrong.
Damn it.
Close.
How many was it?
4.
4.
Can you name them?
I'm pretty sure that
I'll give you a point if you can name all 4.
one of them was The Undertaker, right?
Correct.
Dude Love.
Correct.
Bret Hart.
Wrong.
No. Fuck. Who was it?
It was Undertaker. See, Undertaker was the one I thought you weren't going to remember.
No, I remember that one.
Undertaker, Mankind, or Dude Love, Shawn Michaels, which was his first one.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the game. Triple H.
That's right. Damn it.
Yes.
So you got,
I thought you were going to guess 3. I thought you would forget about
I
Triple H.
wonder why the hell I thought of fucking Owen or Bret Hart. Anyways, all right. So that's you're up one.
I'm up one.
Damn it. I don't think you're going to get this one.
Okay.
So, in the spirit of WrestleMania,
for
many, many years, the pay-per-view between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania has been No Way Out. What year was the last No Way Out in February?
Okay.
So what was the last No Way Out that ended
happened
that
in
trade?
February because it
Right.
did happen once or twice, not in February.
Right. So specifically in February, what year was the last No Way Out? That was in February. Told you.
I got a good guess.
You want to guess?
2004. Damn it! It's 2005 then, right?
No.
What is it?
2009.
2009?
2009. WWE No Way Out 2009. The main event was an Elimination Chamber match.
Oh, damn it. They were still calling it. Damn it.
It was Edge versus John Cena versus Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho versus Mike Knox. Who the fuck is that? And Kane. Who won? Do you remember?
Wait, who was the people in it?
Edge, John Cena, Rey Mysterio,
Edge.
Chris Jericho. Yeah, it was Edge.
Because he lost his world title earlier that night.
Yeah, it was Edge.
He lost the WWE title to somebody, and then he entered him. He took out Kofi Kingston. I know that. Damn it.
So that's still 2-1.
Yeah,
So
that's what it is.
I have a chance to tie this
to
up.
tie it, and then we have to go to a tiebreaker. Son of a...
I didn't write a tiebreaker down. No.
Damn it.
Well, how can we do a tiebreaker if one of us know the answers? We should see who can do 10 push-ups.
I could do more push-ups than you think I could do.
I can't do very many.
Let's see. That's a big question. All right. This is how I'll do it. Damn it. I got a feeling I'm going to lose again. I'm going to do it. What was this one? All right, screw it. If you can name all of these wrestlers, you get 2 points.
All of them?
Yeah.
All right, let me hear it.
What were the teams of WCW versus WWF Survivor Series match 2001? Who was on what team? 5-on-5.
Okay, Team WWE, or F, was The Rock, The Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, and Chris Jericho, right?
Okay.
Team WCW was Austin, Kurt Angle, Rhino.
I don't think that's right. Hold on. Let
You
me
don't
double.
have the answer right now?
I wasn't going to ask this one tonight, but I was giving you a bonus so you could win. Just name 2 more and I'll look back at that one. I don't think that one's right though. I'm almost positive.
Booker T.
Okay.
So Rob Van Dam.
Okay. I know you're wrong on WCW.
Damn it.
Only because you definitely missed one.
Which one did I miss?
Shane McMahon.
Ah, that's your boy.
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Shane McMahon, Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, and Booker T. If I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't Booker T, it was definitely Rhino, though.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Booker T then.
But I know for sure Shane McMahon was in it.
Yeah.
So if you didn't name Shane McMahon.
No, you're right. You're right. It was Booker T, Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, Austin, and that's the one where Kurt Angle turned and cost them the match.
Yeah, Kurt Angle turned back on the WCW and went with WWE.
So who's the 5th guy?
What do you mean? Booker T.
So it's Booker T, Shane, Kurt Angle,
Stone Cold RVD.
And RVD. Okay, got it. Damn it. So I fucked that one up.
You were close.
I was close. I should get a point.
I knew for sure. No, you don't get a point.
I got Team WWE right.
You did.
Team
but I told
WWF.
you would get 2 points.
You did. You were very specific.
You would be able to win since you didn't write yourself a tiebreaker question.
How am I going to write myself a tiebreaker?
But I said write an extra question in case we need to do a tiebreaker.
Anyways, we'll talk about this once we're done here.
The only thing I do know is I did win.
Finally.
Hey, finally, we only have 2. We're tied now. It's 1 versus 1. It's not 1 versus 1. It's 1-2-1.
1-1. All right. So let's get this thing rolling. So we are now going to talk about news and rumors for the week. So, obviously, big news of the day as we're recording this. We just found out today that Sting is planning on retiring. It sounds like during his Hall of Fame speech.
Probably, yeah.
The night before WrestleMania. That is...
It's sort of rumored because it's TMZ, but it's sort of not.
Well, more websites have picked it up.
Websites, yeah.
We haven't heard clarification from Sting yet, but I'm sure at this point we would have heard...
It seems to be all but confirmed, for sure.
Yeah, we would have heard something from Sting or WWE or something to say otherwise, but it sounds like that's what's going to happen, which... Man, this sucks. I mean, he's had a good career. He's had a lengthy career, but I'm sure it didn't end the way he would like it to have ended.
Yeah, I just wish we could have got him one more match, but
yeah, one that he could have won.
One that he could have won.
Yeah,
but oh well.
Well, everybody's still butthurt about him losing to Triple H.
I guess to be fair, he did win a match in WWE, and that was a tag match on Raw. So
yeah. So that sucks. Obviously he's injured, and they're saying that it's the same kind of injury that Edge suffered.
Right.
So it's something to do with his neck. So that sucks. But hopefully, I'm sure he's going to have an incredible speech at the Hall of Fame. So we have that to look forward to. Do you think he's going to get inducted in his face paint?
No, he won't have face paint on.
I don't think so either. All right, just thought I'd ask.
I hope not.
If he does, he'll have the Joker one.
Yeah, right.
From TNA. Also, news today. So we were kind of questioning why Bray Wyatt did not wrestle at Roadblock. I assumed that it was because WWE kind of changed their creative plans and we're going to do something different with him, which half of that is kind of true. But we're finding out now the reason why he did not wrestle is because he is suffering a back injury.
Yeah, apparently we don't really know how much, because they're not really saying how bad people are injured anymore, but hopefully it's not too bad. It sounds like they're going to put him in the Battle Royal, which makes sense because he didn't have to take any bumps. But I don't know. I don't know what this means. But
I also, we're learning that after WrestleMania, once he's better, obviously he might be doing a storyline with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, they're probably going to do him versus Lesnar for sure later on down the road.
What I was saying was kind of true.
Yeah, pretty much probably around SummerSlam.
But it wasn't the reason why he was not, he didn't wrestle at Roadblock. Yeah, he was hurt. Also, I read this today. I thought this was kind of interesting. So obviously Kevin Nash came out a few days ago and announced that once he passes away, he wants to donate his brain to the CTE Center at the Boston University for concussions and things like that. So a couple other wrestlers have decided to do the same thing. So we're learning now that Jeff Hardy will also donate his brain, and also Mick Foley will donate his. And
Rob Van Dam as well.
Rob Van Dam. So yeah, a few wrestlers want to try and help that cause. It's kind of weird though to think that they're thinking about what's going to happen to their brain once they die.
Yeah, but they don't want the stuff that's happened to them to happen to anybody else anymore too. So
right.
They'd like to try and make advances to maybe take more precautions, I assume. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all for research and help prevent things in the future, but it's just kind of weird. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird that they're doing it. I just think
it's weird that they're thinking about it.
Just to say, I'm going to donate my brain.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Rumor. So we have a rumor out for a future or the Celebrity Hall of Fame induction this year. They're saying it's possibly Snoop Dogg.
Yep, Snoop Dogg. Makes kind of sense. He's the cousin of Sasha Banks. So, and he was at WrestleMania 24. I was there. He fell asleep outside, and then he came inside and clotheslined Santino.
That, and then they're also talking about Regis.
Regis was supposed to be originally, but I heard that's why they're trying to replace him with Snoop Dogg, because Regis can't do it.
Yeah. So who knows who it's going to be, but that's a rumor. It could be Snoop Dogg. We're not sure.
They should put Trump in the...
He's already in there.
Is he already in there?
He's already in there.
I thought he wasn't in there yet.
No, he's in there.
Oh, that would have been funny if you
That should have been a trivia question. Is Donald Trump in the Hall of Fame?
I guess you can't answer it now.
Damn it. That's the tiebreaker. So
You still lose.
Yes, I do. Well, I got you next week, all right? So that is it for
News and rumors.
news and rumors. Very quickly, we sent out. We announced that we're going to take some questions this week on our show. We got a couple in. So for anybody listening that wants to send us in some questions for next week's show, you can email thatwrestlingsite at gmail.com. It's thatwrestlingsite.com. Tony from New York, I think he said, he emailed us in if we think that Shane McMahon's going to take any high bumps or high jumps off of the cell or around the cell at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. What do you think?
I don't think it's going to be off the top like everyone seems to think he'll do, because that was a one and done thing. I don't think anyone's ever going to get thrown off the top again. And as well, they shouldn't, because it's not safe. He's going to do something.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be as big as everyone thinks. I hope people aren't disappointed.
Well, they kind of alluded to that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they keep talking about it.
They even showed a promo of they showed the highlights of Shane McMahon's
Jumping
career.
off his things.
Yeah, and they did that for that reason, but also so the little kiddies could figure out who the hell Shane McMahon was, because they don't have any idea who he is, which is kind of sad because we're all excited about seeing Shane McMahon and these kids have no idea who he is. It makes me feel very old.
Yeah.
So Tony, thank you very much for that question.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
It was a good question. We had a couple more in, but we kind of addressed those on the show already. One of them was if we thought that WWE was going to be pushing Dolph Ziggler, which we kind of said we think they are. So definitely interested in questions, thoughts, opinions, any feedback you have for us. Send it in to thatwrestlingsite at gmail.com. We'd love to give you a shout out on the show. So thank you very much for that one. And I think that's it for the show. We're running out of time.
We got one last thing real fast. Our quick picks for the week. Quick picks,
yes.
YouTube, I will say, I know I talked about it last time, but this week, Up, Up, Down, Down has Chris Jericho on it, and it's a fantastic episode. I go out of my way to watch that. Other than that, I would recommend, if you don't know who Shinsuke Nakamura is, to go look him up on YouTube. And he's even got a match, and it's him versus Brock Lesnar on there. So do your research, and you could get just as excited as everybody else is about Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes. And my pick for the WWE Network has to be the Edge and Christian show.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have the network and you haven't watched this show yet, you have to. They're definitely pushing some barriers on this one. They're saying things that I didn't think they would get away with saying, but they're doing it. I mean, the one they did with AJ Styles this week, what would WWE not talk about?
Yeah, they said, would they talk about the Bullet Club? And they said, yes, they will talk about the Bullet Club.
And then they talked about TNA, the company he wrestled from.
But they showed a picture of Test and Albert.
Yes.
Which was hilarious.
So that's just one of the things they've done. They've done a lot. We mentioned earlier about the blow-up doll with Lana's face on it.
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
Is that Lana?
Yeah. Very good.
I got my own ass cream.
And then they did the whole March Madness style.
Yeah, with the gimmicks and stuff, which WWE's actually doing one you sent me earlier.
Right.
Doing the faction one, which is pretty cool. I went and voted today. It was fun to do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. We'll speak about that a little bit more in depth next time.
Yeah, so if you want to check that out, they're doing a March Madness style brackets with the faction. So check that out on WWE.com. So yes, definitely my pick for that WWE Network show is Edge and Christian. So like I said, we're running out of time. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in again. We really appreciate it. It's our third one. I think we're getting a little better at this. But
yeah, we appreciate all the listens we've got so far. It's been fun to do. I hope you're having just as much fun as we are. We're not just doing this because we love it. We hope to bring information to you guys, and we hope to just entertain the people. So we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to podcasts all day.
Yeah.
I listen to a bunch of different wrestling podcasts, so this is kind of what inspired me to do this one with my buddy Nick. So definitely, if you're listening to us out there, we really appreciate it. We need, obviously all the support we can get. So like us on Facebook at facebook.com/thatwrestlingsite. Follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at _site. You can follow Nick at Yahtzee Man, just like the game.
Just like the game.
At Yahtzee Man for Nick. Also, if you can find us on the podcast app on your Apple device. If you find us there, please subscribe to us there. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. We need, like I said, we need as much support as we can get. We really appreciate it. And of course, send us in your questions, feedback, ideas, trivia questions, anything like that to thatwrestlingsite at gmail.com. I promise it's working. We've tested it out. It's good to go.
Yeah.
So shoot us in your feedback. We love to hear it and love to give you a shout out on the next show.
Exactly.
Until next weekend or next week, folks, thank you very much and have a great week.
Bye-bye, guys.